In the studio, we got another photographer. Anton the Source decides to be the photographer tonight instead of one of the hosts. We got Jerry. Where's the Chicken Man? Chicken Man?
He's outside.
This is Jerry the Plumber.
What's
Jerry,
up, guys?
I want to introduce our next guest. Our next guest is an author, and where did I put all this information? Oh, here we go. He is an author of 2 books, but I think there's 8 total.
I wrote 9 total.
Okay, 9 total, but we're here to talk about To Be a King, Volumes 1 and 2, where he will be at the Jacob Javits Center at the Book Expo, America. It's the #1 book and author expo event that offers the book industry access to new titles and upcoming books where you can meet face-to-face with the authors. Well, let's welcome our another in-studio guest of the evening, Alan Gunler. Lindbloom.
Lindbloom.
Yeah. All right, welcome to the Wiseguyz show, Alan. All right.
Hey, how you doing, Alan?
All right.
Good. Good. How you doing?
So, Alan, I don't even know where to start. Where do I start?
Wherever you want.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Well, there's. Let me see.
Hey, I love. I guess I got an interesting backstory. I've been out of prison 10 months, so I did 13 years in prison. So that's kind of compelling. People seem to think that's interesting. I mean,
We're from in the area too. We're from in the area of New Jersey. We didn't just do the Wiseguyz show because there was a name.
Of course, yeah,
I mean, but we all grew up in the neighborhoods that were Wiseguyz everywhere, and we knew and we didn't know. So we understand. We just don't understand it too much in Detroit if it ran the same way.
oh, it runs exactly the same.
And you
A little quieter, but yeah.
You did 13 years in prison. What did you actually go to prison for?
Oh, a litany of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Extortion, armed robbery, conspiracy, bank robbery.
Well,
A lot of good, all bad stuff, all behind me. Previous life, previous me. You know what I mean? That's not me anymore. But thank the good Lord that I've been changed, and sometimes I look back and I can't believe that was even me. But I know it was part of the process, so I didn't. What was me? Right. Didn't blame anybody. Didn't get angry at anybody. Just sat down, started working, knocked out 9 novels, and.
Now you did 8 of them in prison.
I did all 9 of them.
All 9 of them in prison.
No, yeah. I've only published two since I've been out. I've been out 10 months. I spent the first couple months fishing. I have some very good family and friends who just basically, when I got out, said, enjoy your life, take your time. We believe in you. We believe in your vision, your future, your books, all your dreams and stuff like that. And they said, listen, when you're ready, we got you. So then after that, my wife and I started grinding and doing the proofing and the editing and all the formatting, which is an extremely lengthy, time-consuming, hard work process. But the product is good. For years, I had people reading this manuscript. It's a mafia book, by the way. It's
You can come sit in.
It's to. Matter of fact, there's the book right there. So that's my wife.
Oh, okay.
So
did you have
the
another?
guy.
Oh, that's my driver.
Yeah, but if you want, he could come in and sit with
He's my
me.
bodyguard.
You can come sit in.
Bodyguard.
You sure
Jimbo
he's-
Frat.
He's welcome to join us if he wants. You don't want. Listen, we're on video.
He's your
so
bodyguard?
if he
I feel
doesn't wanna
sorry
be on
for
video,
you.
understand.
Just hired today.
This is the Chicken Man of Alcatraz.
We met.
No,
Hey, how you doing, Chicken Man?
Time to come
he
in.
was a former gangster, now Chicken Man.
Buddy.
Box.
Hey. So,
I gotta let Chicken Man sit down.
But you're from Detroit.
yeah, I'm from Detroit, born and raised.
And we did. Is that Chicago? That was Chicago.
He's gonna sit back here.
Chicago mob life. But no, now Detroit. Are you still from the area where you grew up?
Well, no. When I paroled out of prison, I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go back to the neighborhood, that life, none of that stuff.
It's still there.
Oh, it's all there.
See, our neighborhood died out completely, like a lit match. Gone.
It's I imagine there's probably still some guys involved that it's a little tighter. There in Detroit, it's nothing's really changed. There was a crackdown back in the '90s. A few people got busted, went to prison for a few years. One of my uncles, I actually got shook down by the feds a couple times. They do like a big roundup. They pick you up, they take you in the room, and tell you they got you all this evidence. We're gonna fry you and this, that. You shut up, lawyer up. They gotta let you go. They did it like 3 times to me over the years. We know you did this. You did that. We got you on video. Sometimes they got you convinced.
Yeah.
Damn, they might got me, but never did. And so feds, But then on this case, I had the feds swooped in, and when I was arrested by the state for all kinds of crap because I was completely out of control, the feds came in, and I remember the day I was arrested. The cops in the 9th precinct in Detroit. He comes back, he's like the lieutenant guy in the precinct. He goes, "Man, you're a big deal." I was like, well, I mean, big deal. And he said, well, you got everybody's trying to claim jurisdiction over you. I'm like, what do you mean? You got DEA, feds, state, three different counties, everybody's fighting for you. Of course, you know, I'm hanging my head, and I remember vomiting. It's just like, oh my God.
Is that when it hit you?
Yeah, it hit me. Yeah, my life is over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally a Fed came in here. I'll never forget the guy. I don't remember his name, but I remember what he looks like. He put me in a little room like this, sat across from me. I was chained to the thing, and he says, "We know who your family is. We know who your people is. You know, like that." He says, "You can walk out of here today without even being charged. You want to make that happen?" I literally said, "I don't know what you're talking about," and I don't even think I got that out. I literally keeled over and puked. And he says, "You're not going away for 30 years if you don't." I was like, and that's when I puked. And then the guy literally did like this. He looked at his feet. I had puked on his foot. He says,
I puked on him.
Right. He gave me his card. He says, "Here's your card. And my card, if that your nine ever changes."
What, he got to look?
And he goes to hand it to me. I said, "You can keep that." I said, "I'll never change my mind." And that was that of him. And I never heard from him again. So they didn't try to come back and bug me. They knew I was solid as a rock. But I fought back and actually did pretty good. A lot of people thought I was going to get a lot more time, but moral of the story is, I shut my face and just did my time. I was so out of control at the time, but it's funny because I lived such a double life. I had a normal house, I had a fiance, I had like a couple dogs and a cat, and I had a house in the suburbs, a couple nice cars. I even had a good job. But it was the kind of job that allowed me, I didn't actually go to office long. I was a sales rep for a company.
Right.
But the crap that I did on the side was just, just
a double life.
Yeah, total double. You can imagine the stuff. I mean, I just collections, and I won't even get into the stuff. Anything, because I had a lot of bad habits, so I had a lot of money going out. I had to make a lot of money. Nobody really knew. But then when my house of cards finally collapsed, when I had left outside of the family umbrella a little bit, where I did some stuff that my uncle wouldn't approve, and when I got busted, when that happened, or when that house of cards collapsed, I basically was like, all right, I'm on my own now. I'm a renegade. I got to do what I got to do. And then that lasted about 4 days, and they had me. Well, anyway, so went to prison, started writing. I sat right down since I got out of quarantine, started writing. Novel after novel. I wrote one about a year. I always knew I kind of had a gift for it, and knack for it. And so after I write, I pass my manuscripts around. People would.
Wow, that's some book there. That's bigger than I thought. That's bigger.
That's volume
one.
Yeah.
Is volume 2 just as big?
Yeah, exactly. Volume 1.
Wow, that's a lot of writing. That's good. That's
They're
nice.
gonna make a movie about it.
Man, I'm telling you, are they making a movie about it?
Well, I've had a couple guys claim they want to write the script. I mean, there's a lot of guys kind of who claim they want to listen. I said, if you're gonna write it, write it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Does it go from the beginning where it all started, when you was a child?
It's not my life. No. This is fiction novel. But I do write
fiction. Okay.
But I do write something called the Lindbloom Chronicles from my life for a website called the National Crime Syndicate.
Wow. Yeah.
So if anyone's listening, the National Crime Syndicate is a great website. It's a mafia, historical kind of mafia highbrow where they do a lot of like historic pieces. They got like a 12-man team of like really good writers, research journalists, ex-FBI, stuff like that, and they write like historic mafia stuff. So the owner of this guy, Craig Timmons, a real nice guy, he actually helped me promote my book. He asked me if I would write some pieces for him, and I started writing this thing called the Lindbloom Chronicles. And these like 10, so far I've written like 10. Starting from my childhood, like 14, where I was introduced to the life through my uncle, Michael Peter Toko, he's 12 years older. He's dead now. He just died recently, but he's 12 years older than me, so it was like an older brother. And he just kind of took me under his wing. And it was non-stop from the rest of my life, where he just kept, do this, have that. I mean, there's a million things. So these chronicles, the Lindbloom Chronicles, kind of chronicle my life leading up to prison. Wow. Although, the last one left off, I spent 3 years on the run here in New York, actually, when I was on the run from a Fed indictment. Because I got caught up on with an ATF thing where I extorted a guy for a big gun collection, and then I sold the gun collection, and then some guys got busted with the guns. My name got popped up. So I hid for 3 years till it got
in New York.
Yeah, and worked for some Wiseguyz guys, and for 3 years, and I hid and made a bunch of money here in New York, and I wrote about it. But then after my grandfather used some friends to kind of sweep it under the rug, changed the guy's mind. The guy was kind of claiming I squeezed him, and then he recanted and said he didn't. He made it all up. So I got to go back home, and then so I still have a bunch of these chronicles left, but my book is fiction. It's based on a fiction Detroit crime family.
Yeah, I thought that was a misprint because I thought this was about your life, and then
no, that's
when I saw fiction, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, that's right there is volume 1. There's volume 2 just released. That book right there, and it cracked the top 100 in its genre within 48 hours on Amazon.
Nice.
And you know, up and down, but the volume 2 is doing really well. The thing is, that's like a trilogy right there. Volume 1 and 2. Everybody is calling it the next Godfather. I mean, that's basically what everybody claims, and everybody just done screaming. And when they're done, I want that movie. Everybody wants a movie. Everybody's read it, says it's got to be made into a movie. But you know, I'm just waiting for the person to come along. I'm not gonna shortchange myself and say here, you know, make a $4 million movie. I'll never do that. I'll never make a $4 million movie out of my book. Either it gets made into a blockbuster $50 million movie, or it doesn't get made.
Right.
Because that has that potential. I mean, it's not just some bootleg, you know. So I believe it. I passed that around in prison to hundreds of people, the manuscript. And these guys, if there's one thing in prison that you have avid readers, lots of readers.
Yeah.
And these guys,
Wow. Yeah.
you guys got guys who read, you know, hundreds of books a year, and so they come back to reading my manuscript, and they're like, "Dude, this is the best book I ever."
Usually they start off with the Bible, no?
No. Some.
I probably would have started.
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Bible.
Everybody starts off in the Bible. It's all you got when you're in quarantine. Right. But I read the Bible, but I still do. But I do have readers that are big readers, and they read that book and some of my other books. I wrote a Vietnam fiction biography. Vietnam biography. I wrote a couple sports contemporary dramas, where, you know, based on football, baseball, things like that. Right. But that particular one kind of hit home. That's close to my heart because of where I came from and the background I have, and thought that would be the one that put me on map. It's very easy to write that one because I have some inside knowledge, but it has nothing to do with my life. Although everybody asks, I know they always say there's some of your life in there. You know, I'm like, yeah, sure, but you never know which parts.
Right.
But the people closest to me, they'll know.
Well, no.
Yeah, the people always, I remember that. I remember it. But that's
Is it like a Godfather type movie where it starts off like with a family and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, it starts off where in the first prologue is Don Falcone is the boss of the family. He's asking the senator, who's a friend from the Korean War, if he would pardon his grandson, who's his last male heir. The senator's son is the president of the United States. Now, this guy owes him a favor. He saved his life in the Korean War. He also helped him get elected as senator, and even swayed the unions to help his son get voted into the presidency. You know, a lot like Jack Kennedy or whatever. But anyway, so it starts off with Omnio, King Falcone. Omnio is kind of a Latin word for king. It's like goes traced back to Sicily, so that's why it's called To Be a King. The main character's name is Omnio. He walks out of prison, and then he kind of shows the first couple days of him back home. And when he goes to see his bodyguard, then it flashes back in time 17 years to how the friendship with his bodyguard developed, and how they kind of took on his own family, because he's DeFeto, he's half Sicilian, and his whole family's against him, and his cousin is like thinks he's en route to be the next boss. His cousin's father, who becomes the next boss, Leone. They all hate Omnio because he's got a lot of potential. He's got a crew of followers who are very faithful to him, and the other bosses in the other crew kind of they're nervous about him, so they want to get rid of him. They don't like him, but he outsmarts him. The guy's 10 moves ahead of everybody, and eventually they arrange for him. They can't kill him because he's really the boss's grandson, his last male heir, and they won't sanction it. They can't sanction a hit on the dude, so they arrange for him to go to prison because the boss is in prison too. Anyway, I don't want to give the whole book away, but basically that in volume 1 it kind of chronicles the come up of this character Omnio Falcone in his city, and how he basically ingratiates himself to the other bosses to the point that where they finally start to accept him. And right when that happens, this girl comes from Sicily, and I can't say much about that, but she comes to America to go to medical school at U of M, and her father is like the biggest boss in Sicily. He contacts the boss in Detroit and says, listen, I'm sending my granddaughter to go to U of M. I want you to look after her. So he puts his granddaughter and this girl together in Michigan. They go dorm together. And they come home for the summer. Omnio sees her, smitten by her at first sight. The problem is his nemesis, his cousin, has already been laid claim to her, kind of. And this creates a big war for her attention. And there's a little bit of a love story. A lot of women love it. But it's not the main love story. The main love story is between the grandfather and his grandson. But so there is a love story for the ladies. So a lot of ladies really enjoy it. So.
Well, in New York, they had the 5 families. How was it like in Detroit?
You have one real family, but you have kind of like New York in that regard, because there's like 5 main families. But
in Detroit also there was.
Oh, there is.
Oh, there is.
No, yeah. But they're all fall under the same umbrella. There's one boss. That's it.
Right.
But there's like you would have
Kind of like how Carlo Gambino was in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotti.
Well, maybe not. Yeah, exactly. So you have no. It's different. You have one real boss, and you have like maybe I guess you would consider a capitalist. So they're really not. There's only one capital regime, and that's the boss. I won't even say his name, but everybody knows who he is. And then
we don't want to blow up here tonight.
No. So, but I mean, it's pretty common knowledge. But Atoko used to be the boss, and he died a few years ago. And then now there's a new boss. But yeah, it's very business oriented. It's not so much there is street stuff, but it's not so. Right. Like it was in New York.
Well, it died out because too many people talk.
Oh yeah, it doesn't happen. Let me tell you about
now
Detroit.
You don't know nothing no more.
In Detroit, that doesn't happen, and I'll tell you something. There's only been one made guy ever turn in Detroit. One. That's it. Look it up. It's a fact. There's only been one, and nobody talks in Detroit because bad things happen when people talk. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I remember my uncles and stuff. And they going, what's going on with these guys? I mean, it's terrible to think about. Guys tells whatever, kill them, whatever. It's a horrible thing. I'm not condoning murder or anything like that, but they would say like, all they got to do is start killing people, and trust me, everybody start talking. But it's a terrible thing to say, but yeah, you're right. Today it's been destroyed for the most part, a lot of it over here, but in Detroit, man, it's pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Is this going to be your first book signing?
First book signing, yep.
And what made you think you're going to Jacob Javits? You just saw it up and come up?
Oh no, my wife's been in publishing for 17 years. This is the biggest publishing convention in North America. Right. It's a place, I've been, my book's only been out published for 6 weeks. And
this just is out 6 weeks?
Yeah, and it's doing really well.
Wow,
It's banging. So, and even volume 2 is banging. So, and we've already been planning this for since I've been in prison, for years. This is the plan, and everything is laid out. So. When I get out, we're doing BEA at New York. This is going to be a huge jump-off point. It's all marketing. We're going to give away a lot of books to industry people, book reviewers, book critics, book bloggers, people with book clubs, publishers, acquisition editors, celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Any big celebrities I see here, man. While you're here, check it out. When you buy one, you get one, read one, you'll buy 2. That's a guarantee.
Now that you got out of jail, did you seek to you just stayed away? You said you're still in Detroit.
No, I'm way up north in the middle of nowhere.
But you're in Detroit.
No,
I'm not somebody. I don't want to get.
No, I live way the hell up in the middle of nowhere. I'm a fisherman. I dreamed about fishing all those years in prison. So I asked my wife to find us a place.
Good for you.
Way, I'm 5 hours out of Detroit. I'm way in the middle of nowhere, and that's when I make some videos, some Facebook videos where I'll show my backyard. You'll see nothing but birds. I feed the birds as quiet as can be. We deer, and it's just I go fishing every day. I relax.
Good for you.
Good
for you. And now, are you just writing books? Are you doing anything? You got a clothing line.
He has a clothing
line. This is our clothing line, Art Thing Apparel. Well, writing the books is a full-time job. It's either promoting and editing and proofing and formatting.
What got you to do the clothing line?
Well, that's a great question. And the funny thing is, my business partner, shout out to William Charles Usher, my man. He said we're going to make some sweatshirts to promote the book. We put the cover of my book on the sweatshirt. He says, what should I put on the back? Which, here, let me show you. I said, put Detroit Our Thing on the back. So, can you see the back?
Yeah.
So we did that. We put Detroit Our Thing in the front, and then we posted some shot pictures, whatever, on Facebook, and then people started messaging us like, man, I want one of those hoodies. I want one of those sweatshirts. It wasn't like 5 people. It was like 150 people. So like we looked at each other, kind of like, man, we might be onto something here. Our Thing, Our Thing Detroit. Everybody knows what Our Thing. In your community, our community, whatever. It's not common knowledge everywhere what Our Thing is.
Right.
But in Italian communities, everybody knows Cosa Nostra means Our Thing.
Right.
And so all these people, and I've been marketing my book in all these Facebook, mafia fan groups. There's like 10 of them.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Right, yeah, so-
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot.
More than 10 too.
No, like there's like 10 big ones.
10 big ones, right? Right.
And
That's
those, and they all market mine. The biggest one, the two biggest ones.
Paisan's Goombas and there's another
Hey,
one.
no, yeah, that's not even. Listen. I write for the National.
I know,
Crime
but I'm going by what I see.
Yeah. There's some big. Yeah, that one I post them there. No, the one that I write for, National Crime Syndicate, is like they get 65,000 unique views a month. I write these Lindbloom Chronicles. They get 15,000 views a day, a week from these things. It's pretty solid. And then they have 35,000 Facebook friends. But anyway, so I said, we could. So I start designing these shirts using some software and thinking, you know what, man, like I designed it. Well, my wife helped with this.
What about the logo?
All of this. I designed everything.
Oh, nice.
Even this, whatever.
Nice.
So we created a website, an LLC, yada yada yada, and started Our Thing Apparel. And now everybody loves this stuff. We got 25 different designs. We got women's, children's, women's cut, tank tops, children. We got a Bambino in this. You should
have been bringing that with you to the Jacob Job. You send
we got all that. I got 50 shirts. I got ladies cut.
Cool.
Unfortunately, we didn't make the kids stuff, but it's called Bambino. We got two designs that are Bambino. They're like two kids. It's funny little OG kid. I mean, that's not too edgy. But and we brought a bunch that are. I sold already a bunch of New Jersey, Our Thing New Jersey. You can custom make it. So if you want Our Thing New Jersey, it could say like this says Our Thing Detroit on the back, right. but you can have Our Thing New Jersey, Our Thing New York. We got a bunch of Our Thing New Yorks with us. There's 25 designs, and I'm going to be doing jumpsuits and jackets and things like that too. We even had somebody today even reach out and talk about doing a suit, an Our Thing suit, and a bourbon, all kinds of stuff. Cigars, cool. They want to use Our Thing cigars.
Yeah, like why not?
So
Our Thing.
So that means you could do Our Thing, the Wiseguyz.
You could do a special edition Our Thing Wiseguyz sweatshirt. I've done it.
I gotta ask you though. I do gotta ask you though. Like the shirt's cool and stuff. Like I'm surprised you fit in it though. You didn't eat anything bad before you came in because you're all swollen.
Yeah, I got stung by a bee on the way here. No.
Definitely. Is there a website to send everybody to for Our Thing?
Our Thing Apparel.
Our Thing Apparel on Facebook.
We have a Facebook page. It just started like a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Our Thing Apparel is on Facebook. And
Ourthing.com?
Ourthing.com. Yeah, excuse me, Ourthingapparel.com is the website.
Ourthingapparel.com.
Yep, Ourthing, and it takes you right there. It's real easy to shop. Click the home button, drop down for design, shop, and walks you right through it. You can pick out the designs you want, sizes you want, the cut, shirt, whatever hoodie you want.
Is there any other sites you want to promote before we go to break?
Well, I have To Be a King, my book, To Be a King page, which is pretty popular. What we do is post the updates about the book, fan pictures. Everybody posts the pictures of the book, themselves with the book. And also I post periodically kind of little historic like stuff about the Detroit Mafia, things like that. Just awareness of that. I'm friends with Scott Bernstein, the author of Motor City Mafia, and he's a big a journalist, award-winning journalist who writes the Gangster Report, who actually carries my Lindbloom Chronicles at his website. Okay. He's actually on the set right now as I'm doing this interview, filming White Boy Rick's movie. He's a consultant. You ever heard of White Boy Rick? Probably not, but
no.
Matthew McConaughey is the starring in the movie, and he's a consultant. He's also writing the guy's book. Very compelling story.
What's the name of the movie?
White Boy Rick. You'll have to check it out. It's about this kid who became a big cocaine, not kingpin, but pretty big time in the city, in Detroit back in the day. They locked him up on some political stuff because he was actually a Fed informant or working for that. He had a Fed handler but he was too young. He was underage, and they didn't want to expose. So they locked him up, been in there 30 years, like a political prisoner. And so anyway. So
what time tomorrow at the Jacob Javits Center?
Well, tomorrow, the next 2 days are closed to the public, just industry. It's like anybody's industry, like everyone from actors to publishers to writers and things like that for the next 2 days. And then Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 6, they're open to the public, so anybody can come by.
Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 6. Check out To Be a King, Volume 1 and 2. The author, Gunnar Allen Lindbloom, okay? And check it out again, the Jacob Javits Center. That's Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is the 3rd.
Yep, 3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th.
Manhattan.
And what time? Sit from 9 to 6.
Yep, 9 to 6.
And he'll sign your book and then check out his apparel. This is the Wiseguyz Show. We'll be back with Gunnar Allen Lindbloom. We're not done yet.
There's a shout out to Alan from Jamie Mattis.
All right, we'll be back
Jamie, that's my dog. That's my buddy.
Wiseguyz Show.
Yes. No.
That's
Yeah,
my
we'll
buddy.
go another